Have you ever broken down when no one was watching? Have you ever laid in bed at 2 a.m. staring at the ceiling, wondering how your life got so far off track? You smile in front of people, you show up, you play your role. But deep down, you feel like you're drowning. And the scariest part, no one's coming to save you. Not your friends, not your parents, not your boss, not some motivational guru on Instagram, no one. That silence you feel when things fall apart. That's not the world abandoning you. That's the world telling you it's on you now. You want change. Then you're going to have to become the person who changes. Let me be honest with you. It's going to be hard. You'll want to quit 100 times. You'll question yourself, hate yourself, curse the world, beg for shortcuts, and still wake up the next day feeling stuck. But if you're still breathing, you still have a chance. You still have a shot to rewrite everything. No matter how bad you messed up, no matter how many days, months, years you've wasted. The second you say, "I'm done playing small," is the second your life begins to shift. But it starts with one brutal truth. Your biggest enemy is you. The procrastination, the excuses, the fear, the lies you keep telling yourself that you'll start tomorrow, that now isn't the right time, that you're not ready. That version of you has to die. Because the version of you that's coming, the version that fights, that gets up early, that sticks to the plan even when it hurts, that version of you doesn't wait, doesn't whine, doesn't flinch. You don't need motivation. You need a mirror and the courage to finally say enough. It starts with 1 second. 1 second where you say, "I'll do it in a minute." That 1 second becomes 5, then 10. Then you blink, and it's tomorrow. And tomorrow becomes next week. And just like that, the thing you were going to do, it vanishes. Not because you weren't capable, not because you didn't care, but because you hesitated. Hesitation is a silent assassin. It doesn't scream. It doesn't warn you. It whispers, "Just rest a little longer. Think about it a bit more. You'll feel more ready tomorrow." But the truth, you won't. You will never feel ready. Because comfort is addictive. And the more you wait, the more it tightens its grip. Here's the truth no one tells you: action creates momentum. Rest creates resistance. When you move even imperfectly, you gain strength. When you wait, even with good intentions, you lose it. That dream you keep postponing, it's dying a slow death. Not from failure, from neglect. So the next time your mind says, "Let me think first," interrupt the pattern. Move your body. Take the step. Stand up. Write the first word. Take the first rep. Make the first call. Do the damn thing. Because that one small moment of action, it can save you from a lifetime of regret. Let's stop pretending. Motivation is a liar. It shows up when things are exciting. It's there on January 1st when the gym is packed. It's there when the dream is fresh and you're full of energy. But where is it on day 12? Where is it when it's raining? When you're tired? When no one's watching? Gone. Because motivation is an emotion, and emotions are unstable. They rise, they fall, they lie. But discipline shows up when nothing else does. Discipline doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't ask for permission. It's not about inspiration. It's about execution. The world's most successful people, they don't wait to feel ready. They don't scroll for quotes or play pump-up music every morning. They act automatically, relentlessly, consistently. Because they know one truth most people ignore. If you control your schedule, you control your life. Your alarm goes off. You get up. Not because you want to, but because you said you would. And that simple act, it builds trust with yourself. Each disciplined moment is a brick in the foundation of greatness. One missed rep doesn't ruin you, but repeated excuses do. So stop chasing motivation. Stop waiting to feel like it. You don't need to feel like it. You just need to decide. Discipline is the bridge between goals and reality, and no one can build it but you. Success doesn't come from what you do occasionally. It comes from what you do daily. One great workout won't change your body. One day of focus won't build your business. One powerful speech won't transform your mindset. But one habit repeated relentlessly will. Champions aren't built on talent. They're built on structure. On boring, unsexy routines that no one claps for. Waking up at 5. Reading instead of scrolling. Saying no to dessert. Saying yes to the grind. Your habits are not just what you do, they are who you become. If your life feels chaotic, look at your mornings. If your goals feel out of reach, look at your nights. What you do in those quiet hours will determine everything. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your systems. So build systems, build rhythms, build habits so strong that even on your worst day you still show up. Because when everything else fails, your habits won't. They'll carry you when your mind wants to quit. They'll hold you up when your body breaks down. Habits aren't the shortcut. They're the path. Most people live in gazelle mode. They wake up scared. They react to pressure. They run when life gets hard. They wait for permission. They look for comfort. They survive, but they never hunt. But lions don't run. Lions hunt. You want to change your life. Then you've got to stop living like prey. Stop dodging discomfort. Stop blaming. Stop hiding behind fear. No one ever built an extraordinary life in gazelle mode. That mindset will give you average results, average income, average health, average everything. You want more, then flip the switch. Enter lion mode. That means you lead, not follow. You attack your day, not scroll through it. You do the hard thing, not the easy excuse. You're tired. Good. Do it tired. You're scared. Perfect. Do it scared. Because that's what lions do. They don't wait for perfect timing. They don't wait for motivation. They rise when others sleep. They roar when others stay silent. Whether you're a student, a teacher, a parent, an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. Your title doesn't define you. Your actions do. And you're either operating in lion mode or you're being hunted by your own potential. The world doesn't need another gazelle. It needs you locked in, unshaken, unstoppable. You were never meant to live small. You were born to hunt. Let's drop the act. It was never about your boss. It was never about your childhood. It was never about the market, the algorithm, or the weather. It was always you. You made the excuses. You hit snooze. You broke the promise you made to yourself. And yet, you give everyone else hell when they disappoint you, but you give you a pass every single time. Why? Why do you let yourself off the hook? You say you're tired. You say you're overwhelmed. But deep down, you know the truth. You haven't held yourself to the same standard you expect from others. That's why you feel stuck. Not because life is unfair, but because you haven't stood up and taken ownership. So today I want you to do something different. Go to the mirror. Look yourself dead in the eyes. No music, no filter, no mask. Say it out loud. You're not going to sabotage me anymore. You're not going to betray me anymore. You will not quit on me ever again. Say it until you believe it. You're not a loser. You've just made weak decisions for too long. That ends now. From this moment forward, there are only two choices. Keep being the old you or fight like hell to become the one you were born to be. Because the battle is real, and the battlefield is you. Let's get one thing straight. There is no shortcut. No hack, no app, no quick fix. If you're still looking for a cheat code to success, you're not ready for success. Because success doesn't respond to tricks. It only responds to grit. You think the people at the top got lucky? You think they had some secret formula? No. They outlasted the pain. They kept going when others quit. They did the boring, ugly, painful work over and over again. Talent overrated. Connections temporary. Discipline and effort, unstoppable. You want six-pack abs. You do the reps not once, but every day. You want financial freedom. You grind when others party. You want peace of mind. You face the storm, not run from it. The price is blood, sweat, and repetition. And most people aren't willing to pay it. So they scroll, they compare, they wait. And in that waiting, they stay average. But not you. Not anymore. You know now the only way out is through. Through the pain, through the boredom, through the repetition, no one applauds. You don't get what you wish for. You get what you work for. The shortcut is a lie. But the long, hard road, that's the one that builds warriors. You're looking for a breakthrough. You're waiting for a big moment, some divine sign, a life-altering event. But the truth, it never comes like that. Breakthroughs don't start with earthquakes. They start with whispers, with one tiny decision that nobody sees, but that changes everything. I will wake up at 5. I will stop lying to myself. I will train even when I'm tired. I will stop negotiating with weakness. That's how it begins, not with fireworks, but with a promise. A promise you keep to yourself every single day. You don't need to master 50 things this year. You don't need to read 100 books. You need to own one thing and go deep. One discipline, one change, one habit repeated until it rewires your identity. Because when you keep one promise to yourself, you start trusting yourself again. And when you trust yourself again, you become unstoppable. Most people never change because they chase too much. Too many goals, too many tabs open. They scatter their power. But you're done with scattered. You're done with chaos. You're choosing clarity. And that clarity begins with one simple decision. A decision to no longer let the old you lead. From this day forward, you lead, you choose, you rise. Because one choice made with fire can set your whole life ablaze. You. Yes, you watching this right now. You are a warrior. But somewhere along the way you forgot. You started listening to fear. You started tolerating mediocrity. You started believing the lie that maybe this is all there is. But I'm here to remind you that fire inside you, it's not dead. It's just buried. So get up, stand up, wipe the blood off your face, shake off the shame, breathe, and move forward. Because this world, your life will only change the moment you do. And I'm not here to sell you anything. I'm not here to ask you to like, share, or subscribe. I'm here to ask you to act. Because the only thing that matters is what you do after this video ends. But if you need a reminder tomorrow, if you need someone to whisper in your ear when you're tired and ready to quit, stay here. I won't let you forget who you are. So the next time your alarm goes off and your body begs for 5 more minutes, remember who you are. You are not here to coast. You are not here to scroll. You are not here to survive. You are here to dominate, to build, to break the chains your past tried to wrap around your throat. And you do it not in grand gestures, but in small as savage victories. Waking up early, training when no one's watching, saying no to things that once made you weak, choosing discipline when motivation goes missing. You're not the person who quits when it gets hard. You're the one who starts when it gets hard. Because when the world gets quiet and no one's clapping and you're face down in the dirt, that's when your real voice speaks. And it doesn't beg, it commands. It says, get up. Again. This isn't just a moment. This is a declaration. This is your line in the sand. No more running, no more hiding, no more half-living. So burn the old version of you. Let the weak self die. And from those ashes, build the one who refuses to be forgotten. You're not here to be remembered for what you dreamed about. You're here to be remembered for what you did. So finish this video, stand up, and begin your war.